everyone, so today I am doing another body painting video. This one that I just smudged is something that it was supposed to be one thing and turned into another. I just kind of wanted to play with my cream paints and my water activated paints and create something that looked a little bit like abstract art, maybe a little bit like, I don't know, like a Jackson Pollock painting. So yeah, I used some different cream paints. The cream paints are Medicis, and they are from Amazon. I think they're like a Chinese brand, and they're just the body painting color pack. They're like $12, and you get all these paints. The tubes aren't very big, but they're quite saturated in color, and you also get a little palette with it and a brush. And then of course I used my Wolf Face Art and Effects Essentials palette. This is my favorite body painting palette so far. So yeah, this is kind of a combination, and I just wanted to do something really drippy and kind of fun and different for you guys. I know some people say they find the body painting videos relaxing, so yeah, I'm gonna try and not talk too much during this. I mean, I will tell you what I'm doing, but I figured with the body painting festival being, it's either going on right now or it like ended 2 days ago or something like that. I saw it on Instagram. I wanted to do just a fun body paint that was different, and yeah, I just felt very artsy today. So since this is like my longest intro ever, let's get started.
I'm going to start with this ultra blue paint, and I'm using the little brush that comes with the paints. I'm starting at the top of my forehead and starting to kind of run it down my face. I want this to basically look like a river, so I am just kind of painting with small strokes, making sure it's really opaque all over and running it down in kind of a squiggly shape, almost like I just kind of drip paint at the top and let it run down my face, which I will show you how to do that later. But I am just going over the lines repeatedly to make sure they are nice and thick and dark. And again, this is the ultra blue color from my cream paints that I showed in the beginning. Now going in with a dark teal color, I'm going to start making the same shape as the first line right up next to it. I'm using the same brush that I did before and just continuing it down my face and right next to the pattern. You really want the lines to be hugging each other so they look like they are fading into each other. Everything you want is to look like a gradient, and if you get the paints a little mixed in areas where it's still wet, that is okay, because it will kind of aid in your blending process and leave you with less work to do later. After using the paintbrush to create the initial pattern, I decided I was going to kind of stipple out the edges with a sponge. This is just a wide cell, I think they call it, like an open cell sponge. And this is from Wolf FX, and I'm just kind of thinning out the paint and thickening some lines up so that it looks a bit more brush strokey and more painted on and smooth, rather than these clumps of paint that I was kind of getting. So I'm just kind of flipping the brush, or I'm sorry, not the brush, the sponge, so that I can spread it out really evenly and make it stretch across my face without overusing product. This is something I've kind of learned over the last couple weeks of doing these videos, is how to not overuse paints, and it's just all about thinning them out to how opaque you want them. Taking a clean sponge, I'm just going to start adding this lemon yellow color, and really it's more of like a neon kind of color, but I really liked the effect it had against that dark teal. So I'm just putting this on my face with this sponge, and this is going to take up the majority of this half of my face. Taking my Wolf FX water activated paints, I'm going to take the dark blue color, and with half of the same kind of sponge I used before, I'm just going to start patting this all over my face and using sweeping motions to get a different texture. I also wet the sponge enough so that I could press it on my face and it would drip paint down, and I kind of let it do its own thing and move where it wanted to. As you can see, it's kind of going down and across my chest and mixing with the other paint, but I thought it looked really cool because it looks like everything is really melting together and all part of one cohesive piece. So now I'm going in with this bright teal color, which applies much more opaque than the other colors, and you can see I got a little bit in my eye here, and it didn't burn, but it's definitely not a good feeling. So I'm also just dripping this down. I kind of wanted to look like a melting candle. Somewhere between a Jackson Pollock and a melting candle is what I was going for. I am also just kind of sweeping this and stippling it where I can to create some different texture. On my shoulders, I took a bright yellow from the water activated palette, and then just started moving this from behind my ear and on the side of my face and letting it drip down my shoulders and chest, maybe a little bit more than I wanted to, as you can see by that clip. But basically you just wet the sponge and kind of smear the paint around, and then take some water and just push it on so that you get a little bit more coverage and drip. And that is how I created this look.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's something different and it's not for everybody, but those of you who do enjoy it have been telling me how much you do like it, so thank you. But yeah, if you want to see more videos from me, you can click right here for the most recent upload. You can subscribe right here, click on my face, and I'll have another thing that you can click on right here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it for you, and I will see you all tomorrow.